Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I just finished the other video for today, so this is the second one. So I guess I should reintroduce myself just in case you're watching this video in sort of isolation. So on this channel, what I do is I talk about the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. I love them both. I admire them both. And I basically try to, you know, be sort of a counter measure or a counterpunch to all of the negative, press that they routinely receive um, online, on social media and the established media, etc., etc. I'm new at this. This type of platform is not necessarily a natural fit, as you can tell. I've already had some feedback from some wonderful supporters who are like, da da da, whatever their little negativity goes. But it's new, so I'm learning as I go, and bear with me. I hope you will. If you are not yet subscribed, I'm told that the more subscribers I have, the more Google, is it Google? No, the more YouTube. I told you. My Facebook page was completely, I was locked out for over a decade. Like, I mean, yeah, so this is not my natural fit. So, bear with me, like I said. So I'm told that YouTube rewards those channels that have lots of subscribers and thumbs ups and this and that. So, I know it's not always going to be easy with my sort of like way of doing things, but if you can find it in your heart to do some thumbs ups and subscribe and hit the notification bell and whatever else you need to do, I'm sure you know better than I do to keep up with my posts. So did I say thank you to all of the people who already are following me? I think, as I said, as of today, there are about 30 people, like 30 people. 30 people is a lot of people. People think that, oh, you only have 30 people, but it's a lot. Should I count to 30 and see how long that takes? Or should I spare you? It's a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. It's a lot. So I appreciate it. I appreciate it very, very much. And hopefully we can double that to 60 very soon. How about that? Okay, so today I wanted to talk about what happened in the UK yesterday, I think, where the first Indian origin Prime Minister of the UK was I guess sworn into office. Indian in the sense that, I mean, he's British. He was born in Britain, so he's British. However, he is descended. He's a descendant of Indians, people from India and Pakistan. His name is Rishi Sunak. And he's married to this amazingly beautiful Indian woman named, I believe, Akshata. Akshata, am I saying that correctly? Akshata Murty, right? So she's also Indian. She was born in 1980, so she's a baby. She's like Meghan's age. Maybe she's like a year older than Meghan or something like that. I don't know. But they're in the same age group. So it's just like perfect. So she's now the official or unofficial first lady of the UK, even though the UK technically does not have a first lady. The only first lady of the UK is the Queen, okay? However, and that I guess will be Camilla Parker Bowles very soon. However, in theory, she's the first lady of the UK because she's the spouse of the sitting prime minister, who's Rishi Sunak. And so they're married and they have these two beautiful little girls. And so it's, she's at the perfect age to become a total obsession, because I find that women um, are most interesting, in my opinion, sort of in their 40s. Like, the whole 40 to 50 thing is the most interesting time in a woman's life. And women come into their own at this age. They're very confident, and sometimes that can be a problem for people, because I find that people, they don't always appreciate a confident woman. They see that as, this egomaniac, this bitch on wheels, this I mean, I don't know. They don't like, they prefer for a woman to cower and apologize and be unsure of herself and so on and so forth. And again, as I said in the video I did on equality and all that and gender equality, I mean, I'm a very sort of, I'm a traditionalist in the sense that, I'm not a feminist really like Meghan. I admire her feminist bent, but I wouldn't be on the street screaming feminism, feminism. But at the same time, I'm all about respect. You respect women, and you give them their due. And I mean, I think that women in their 40s are just the most amazing. It's the most amazing age that Meghan and Akshata are at the moment. Now, so in this post, I spoke about Akshata because I hope I'm saying her name correctly, because she's the first Indian first lady of the UK, or the first non quote unquote English Rose first lady of the UK, if you will. And for that reason, I think, like Meghan, she potentially could have had a really, really tough time, because it's a change, and it's a sea change. It's a big change. I mean, people take a while to adapt to change, and I think that's one of the reasons that Meghan has had such a tough time with the English people. Is, yeah, some of them just hate her for the sake of hating her, and they're just hateful, but some hate her because they don't know what to do with her, because she's so different. She's such a big change, and they're like, what do I do with this? And I think that by the time Prince George, as I said in the post, Akshata Murty, wife of UK's new Prime Minister Rishi Sunak, is lucky the public is so focused on Meghan Markle. As I said in that post, by the time Prince George grows up and marries like a Nigerian woman who's like really, quote unquote black, you know, nobody will care. Nobody will care. But here you have Meghan, who, I mean, I said something that's probably, it's uncomfortable for me to say because I don't live like that. I don't think in this way. But she's light, bright, and almost white. Nobody's white, by the way. This is white. There are no human beings who are white. This whole thing has to change before I die. Like, we need to stop with this black white nonsense. But that's what it is for the moment. People of black and white, we have this binary sort of dichotomous relationship between people of African origin and people of European origin, and it's nonsense. It's 17th century nonsense. But anyway, so Meghan is light, bright, and almost white, and so, but still, because she has like a black mother, it's like, people don't know what to do. It's so strange. It's so weird. It's so different, right? But by the time Prince George comes around, I think that nobody's going to care if he actually marries like a really like dark woman, like dark like me, or even darker. Um, I digress. This is about Akshata Murty, the new First Lady of the UK. I think she's very lucky that there was a Meghan Markle, because Meghan kind of even paved the way for her, and Meghan also blocks her from being like so much in the glare of the headlines. I mean, they won't have time to deal with Akshata and Meghan, and they're going to have to choose. And I think they're going to choose Meghan for many different reasons, right? So Akshata is very, very lucky, because otherwise she'd just be like left wide open on the field, and they would have had a field day with her, because she's very, very rich. She's very, she's like worth almost $1 billion. They would have turned that into a negative. She's not a British citizen. She's still an Indian citizen. They would have eaten her alive. She seems very glamorous, so I mean, she's like, I don't know if she's a clothes horse, because she seems to wear a lot of traditional Indian clothes, even though that can be quite luxurious as well. But I'm sure she's a clothes horse anyway. She's a billionaire in her 40s, and she's young, youthful, and whatever. So, yeah, I think she's very lucky that she has Megan to sort of cushion that blow. I don't know whether Megan's going to do an interview with her on her Archetypes podcast. That might be nice, although maybe Akshata might be nervous about it because she would be afraid that it would be polarizing and the English people may not like her husband